Hello and welcome to part 8 of our Cafe Scrambler build, the hybrid. And what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to get these wheels off and go and get some nice new Scrambler tyres fitted. We're going to deal with these handlebars, chopping them down, and we're going to address a situation that a lot of you have been mentioning in our comments section on previous videos, and that is... Have you got it yet? Yes, it's a workbench. Now, before you get too excited, unfortunately, even though I have 3 garages, I don't have space to put a workbench because they're all full of cars. So what can we do? Well, I thought about a Black & Decker workmate, but no, don't really want to go down that route. So I bought a workbench type fold-up table that I can put away. This is it, here, like so. And you unfold it, obviously, which we shall do now. So here it is, a table, and it's pretty damn sturdy, and I can fold it up and put it away at the end of every video and get it out ready for the next one. What's the point of that without a vice, I hear you ask? Well, I dealt with that too. So the first job is to mount this onto that. One vice. Now I need a couple of sandbags to put on the other end to stop it doing that. We put too much pressure on it. Other than that, job done. Happy. So the first thing to do is disconnect the brake assembly with a 5mm Allen key. Just undo this, which is holding it on to the brake drum, like so. Be careful when you do this not to damage the spline, because obviously the brake is on the spline. And there we go, you can see it's very rusted on there. So the next thing we're going to do is remove this split pin. I say split pin, like a U-clip. And undo this on this side. And this looks like a 21, 22. I'm going to go with the 22. Oh, look at that, look. So, just gently crack it off, he says. Okay, maybe if I'm gentle, I can put this down on the floor and lean on it. Oh, there we go, yes. Marvellous. There we go. Never mind the dog, it's not mine, even though it is annoying. 14mm. So with this, you just whack it. But it's not easy to get out. These are a bugger to get out. I'm going to have to try and support the wheel and pull it out, which is not easy to do. But let's give it a go. So just putting a jack under there to support the wheel so it doesn't put any pressure on that shaft in there. I happen to have one of these and one of these. I can just put that on there and bang it through. It's out, and that is going to need a lot more grease when it goes back in. And then let this down. The wheel should be almost ready to come out. There, done. Now what you don't want to do when you're doing this kind of thing obviously is lose the bits. I don't want to put it back through the bike because it's pretty pointless. So I'm going to take this out and take this out and then put everything back as it should be. So slide this on and then this spacer and put the split pin back through, or U-clip, whatever you want to call it, and that's back together again so you can't lose it. So with the front wheel it's slightly different. First of all we have to take off the bottom of the forks here, so just undo those. We also have to just loosen them for now. And the same on the other side. We also have to take off the caliper. So it's 13mm on the bottom and 15 on the caliper. Of course, you also have to remove the hose from the master cylinder, but we'll do that later. And if it's nice and wobbly, you know that the pads are free of the disc, so that's good. Right, what else do we need to undo? The speedo cable, but that can come off last because it's already disconnected at the top there, so I can take that off once the wheel is off. And I think we are ready to take the wheel out. Now when you're about to take the last one off, I've taken this one off already, when you take the last one off, you have to be mindful that the bike might want to go up with the weight. So keep hold of the forks, take this off, lift, and the wheel should come out. And once again, to save losing anything, put the bits back on. So just put that on there, the washer's on, and bolt it back up. And of course the same on the other side. Sorry about the plane, I can't control that. Now at this stage you might be asking yourself, why have I not disconnected all the brakes and taken them off and taken the forks off and everything? That's because we want to put the tyres on and then see what adjustment is needed or what we have to do. So try and fit the tyres back in, hopefully they'll go straight in. If they don't, see what adjustment is needed, both on the front and on the back. So we're leaving it as it is for now. Oh, by the way, yes, to get the speedo cable out, you just need a 3mm Allen key, like so. Undo. Take it all the way out. Pull. And then, as usual, screw it back in again so you don't lose it.
Writings on the wall inside my head, inside of me. Holding all these thoughts beneath my skin. Can you believe in art? Only art. Only love. Only love. Time is a constant reminder of fate. It's fixed in this moment. Please stop. Wake me up. So many arguments we made. Whoa, gave it to you to just save face. Well, I'm broken.
So the new tyres are on, and let's see what we went for. So originally there was a Roadrunner 90 tyre on the front, road tyre, and we've gone for a Bridgestone TW302 And this one is a 4.1 by 18. So as you can see, it's not that much wider, but it looks so much chunkier in comparison. So I'm looking forward to getting that back on. And on the rear, it did have Pirelli MT605s or MT65s. And we've gone for, again, Bridgestone TW302. And this one is a 4.6 by 18. So again, not that much different in width and size, but it looks a lot chunkier now it's on. I'm looking forward to getting that on there. Now altogether, these tyres, including new inner tubes, balancing, fitting and weights and all that kind of stuff, it came to £170 all in. And I'm quite pleased with that, to be honest. So let's get them refitted. Yay! So to refit these, everything just happens in reverse. Now obviously to get it balanced, I had to take the spline out, so this goes back in first. And it just slots straight through. He says this is going to need re-greasing when we come to do it for real. For now I just want to get it back through, so I'm going to get my friendly rubber mallet and give it a helping hand. Again, this doesn't have to be uber tight, it's just going to be on so we can fit it onto the bike. So, disc that side. I've got to be careful here not to drop the bike on the floor. So at the moment it is caught on the bracket. I may have to remove the mudguard bracket to fit it in, but we'll try and squeeze it past first. I'm just going to take off these so we can slot on quite nicely, and the same on this side. Yeah, I've lost my centre stand. I can go through the gap there in the knobble. Look at that, look. Ta-da! I still think this bracket has to come off, but we'll see in a minute. Again, I'm only doing this finger tight because it's not going to be ridden. It's only going to be moved about on the tyre. So I'm just going to tighten it up with my fingers. It's not going to go anywhere. And the same on the other side. And now for the rear one. Of course, for the rear one we've got the brake drum to put back in, so we'll do that as we put it back on. I'll just slot it in there neatly. I need my big shaft. Ooh. So just pull out the split pin. I keep calling it a split pin, it's not, it's like a U-clip, isn't it? I can't remember what they're called. One of them. Another good thing of putting this back together is then you know exactly what goes where in what order. Because invariably things happen and you forget otherwise. So with the brake drum in place, just put the spacer in. Like so. Come on, in you go, in you go. Lift the wheel. Again, like I said, this is where ideally you need two people. But we haven't got two people, so it doesn't matter. Keep it straight, hammer it through. There we go. Now to line it up, if you remember when we said originally this was not in line properly, and with it in the same position the tyre is a lot closer to the swing arm on this side than it is on the other side. Now of course we have the chains taken into account, but I'm just going to move it back towards where it was with the old tyre. If you want to pull the front of that side in, you have to adjust the other side in, because if you adjust it in, it pulls the thing backwards and twists it that way. Okay, so this is where it was originally. You can probably come out of it actually, and this can go in more, so that is adjusting quite nicely. I'm not going to do too much because at the end of the day this is not exactly where it's going to be, but for now, looking good. I keep calling it a split pin. I don't know what I mean. These things, white B pin, sort of a, I don't know, whatever it is, it's in. And there we have it. There we go. Scrambler tyres fitted, and they look pretty damn good. Just remember to reconnect the brakes, which we shall do now. If you remember in our last video, we were contemplating what to do with the guard. Now, the old mud guard was in two pieces. This one slots in the original slides or guides down the side here, and I think that would work quite nicely. Obviously we'll cut it down because the seat is quite low now, whereas the other one was bulgy and huge. But I think that'll work quite nicely. It's light, it doesn't really get in the way, it's plastic, and it does its job. It protects the battery and the carburetors from being splashed up with mud and stuff. So we'll cut that down to fit under here. We'll be doing it today, but we'll cut it down under here, and that will be going in there. But for now, it has to come out because I want to fit the seat and the tank and see what it looks like. Dogs. Oh good, more dogs. So there you go. I think you'll agree, a much different looking bike. Fantastic, absolutely love the look of that. And these wheels fit perfectly. This one, however, needs a slight bit of adjustment because the bracket here is catching on the side of the knobbles, but that's no big deal because we can reroute this round the other side of the fork and get rid of this bracket and make up a new one. So no real problem. What's it like to sit on? Well, now these knobbly tyres are on, you can see this thing is definitely required, because without it, it's pointless. Therefore, this is definitely going. But to sit on, it feels great. I love it. The way it looks, that front tyre looks so mean. The stance is brilliant. Fantastic. I can't wait to get this finished and out on the road. Awesome. Okay, handlebars next. Even like that, the way it leans looks awesome. I'm so excited. At this stage, I would actually like your opinions, please, if you could put them in the comments below, and that is about these handlebars. Having sat on the bike again, they actually feel all right. When I sat before, I thought maybe I could lose ½ inch off either end, but I'm not too sure now. It feels okay where they are now, but it also feels okay if I move my hands in ½ inch. Now, of course, You have to bear in mind that these are naked bars. There's no headlight, there's no engine to put it into perspective, there's no bars on here, it's just an actual handlebar. There's no grips, there's no dials, nothing. So it's really hard to tell, and I'm loath to cut off half an inch if I then feel afterwards I shouldn't have done. So I might leave that for now, but I still would like your opinions. Now I'll turn the bike round so you can see from the front end and see what you think, but just keep that in mind when you do make a comment. Thank you. So what do you think? And when I sit on it, you know, right at the ends, here's my hands. If I move them in half an inch to where I said originally, they'd be there. What do you think, there or there? I just don't know. In hindsight, of course, I should have just taken this off when the wheel was off, but I'm not taking it off again, so I'm going to have to use a spanner, 10mm, and just get this out of the way. Well, what a bloody stupid design. Obviously all 3 bolts came out really easily, except for this one. Now, the bolt is undone, but it won't go any further because it hits the edge of the wheel, which means you can only get this bolt out with the wheel off. I'm not taking the wheel off just for that one bloody bolt. That's ridiculous. I'd rather cut it off. That's mad. Oh, hang on. Oh, oh. Come on, come on. Yes, yes, yes. Nearly. I don't want to damage the wheel. Right, where's my pliers? Really? Gotcha! I win. I tell you what, they did not mean for this bracket to come off with the wheel on, did they? Certainly not very easily. Just take that out of there. And it's bye-bye bracket. And this will then eventually go around this side of the fork. For now, I'll just move it out of the way. In actual fact, let's get it off now. I'm not going to disconnect from there. I'm basically going to take it off this here with my 11mm spanner. I know. I'll take this off instead. What's that? 14mm? There is some in there. Well, that's good. At least there's fluid in the system. We'll have to be quick. The cylinder off here. Keep it level. Take it off. Bring it around that side. And pop it back in. It's not ideal, it will be rerouted properly. Rerouted? Oh, that's so American. Rerouted. But that's okay for now, because at least now it won't catch on the tyre. And now the tyre can move freely. Woohoo! Now, coming very soon, we'll be reviewing the new AJS Tempest and the new AJS Tempest Scrambler, and we'll be taking them out on the road, so we'll be doing proper test rides on them as well as a review. So watch out for that coming soon, and for today that's it. Next time when we come back for the hybrid, we'll be doing... we have to come back and find out. And until then, please ride and drive carefully, but have fun. Bye bye.